May 5th, 2022, following up on the bee tree removal. Haven't gotten a chance to get it all scheduled, but we're getting ready. So in the meantime, I'm about almost 100 yards, maybe 150 yards actually, from the bee tree site, and we're gonna put a swarm trap up in this tree away from where the walking trail is and parking lot where people will be coming and going, and try to prevent any issues with the swarm affecting buildings or vehicles or freaking out the unknowing or unwitting. So we're going to put it up here. I'm going to rest it on top of one of them branches up there and strap it to the tree. This tree is not too dense, so they'll get a little bit of south-facing sun. And we will get some warmth of the day, and it won't be too overly visible or obnoxious to people that are coming and going here at the facility. All right, I'd say that's what, maybe 15 feet up. So we'll get that part done and then see how it looks. This is facing the south, where it'll get some sun and some warmth. Hopefully there's enough shade too. Doesn't have to be super shady, but found, at least in my trapping and what others report, that semi-shady sites get a lot of attention. And we're gonna pack up and go do another right down the street. All right, so I've moved down the street about 2 miles south of where I just placed the last trap. And I'm here at a location where we did a removal a year back of some bees that overwintered in the wall of this house, which is now being demolished. The homeowner has still given us permission to trap, but they've been working on getting rid of a lot of this old structure. As you can see, they've already demolished some of it. And this is where one colony was removed, and there's another one where another colony was removed. And what's great about this site is that you've got all this wax and propolis still left here. Bird just scared the snot out of me. So that's going to serve as a natural attractant, which is great. I caught 2 swarms here last season. One massive swarm that actually overwintered just fine, survived the winter, which is great. I'm so happy about that. Treatment free. But since this building is going to be demolished, I'm not going to put a trap on the structure itself. I'm going to find a tree here, since it's already a site the bees like, and we're going to put the trap up there. So I've decided that this tree here is our candidate for the trap. I don't think this is coming down anytime soon. They're probably going to leave it. I verified with the homeowner, and then if they end up having to take it down while they're doing the demo, then I'll just come back and move the trap. But this is where it's going to go because it's in close proximity to the home, where the bees have already been pretty well traveling because of the old colonies and the smell that's on the house. So that's where we're going to put it, right there. And hopefully the birds leave it alone. I changed my mind. The height and the ladder both gave me pause. And I decided I didn't feel like carrying down a swarm trap full of bees, probably at night, down that ladder on an angle, probably tired from the day, would be a good idea. I didn't think it'd be a good idea, so I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to switch to a different setup off the driveway. Check this out. Much shorter. I stick the trap right there in the crook of the tree, right here. And then that way I can pull into the driveway, I can check it, I can pull out, and go back to what I'm doing. And then if I have to deal with it, it's not that big of a fall. Versus that ginormous thingamajigger. the incline down at the bottom, dealing with all the various dead branches up there, possibly breaking as I'm messing around. So no, pass. So we're gonna get the trap. I'm gonna put it in that short tree. I feel much better about it. Here's the trap here. It's about 40 liters. Based on recommendations from Tom Seeley, I put these straps on to keep the lid on. And then I put 6 frames in here, various combinations. I don't have any magic potion or solutions. I got a couple of empty frames, some old brood comb, a couple of frames of brood comb, 2, 3 of them, some more empty frames. I got an empty plastic frame with some junk wax on it they can draw out, so they got something to do, along with the empty frames. And another drawn one. There's no honey in any of these, or nectar. If there's honey or nectar, the bees will rob it and probably ruin your chances of that becoming a swarm site. Who knows? If it gets robbed out, maybe later some other bees will move into it, but I haven't had experience with that being the case. Usually after it gets robbed out, they don't mess with it no more. So, we get that. Get the swarm commander out. A couple of Q-tips in a baggie. I like to use that and then poke a hole in it so it's got somewhat of a slow release to it. And we're gonna put that inside the trap and spray a couple of sprays on the top of the lid, a little small spray in the bottom down here underneath the frames, and some on the Q-tips. Some of the Q-tips right there. All right, it's gonna go right here in the crook of that tree. Okay, there you have it, folks. Trap's in place. Nice and easy to check on. It's about 10 to 12 feet up. Should be an ideal location for the bees. Should be easier to rebait and check than that giant monster. Don't know what I was thinking, but I took the easy way out.